All right, Shalom. Giving all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, GMS, that teach us his truth in the name and power of Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, that's the true names of the Heavenly Father, in the name of the only begotten Son. The title of this lesson is basically going into, two videos in particular that I've seen coming from the elder ICR out of GMS Charlotte, and his page is GMS All Precepts, and this is a page right here. And the title of his video, mainly, the cruel king is waging war and ready to come after everybody. All right, and also crash out season. American people are in pitiful case, and that's ultimately due to the economy and what's going on in the earth. All right, uttermost confusion, uncertainty. All right, no type of financial stability. No matter how much money you make, it seems like you're being ripped off more and more by, ultimately the elites. All right, the ones that's in control of all things, all aspects of life. Mainly the U.S. government, which you people can't comprehend and understand. That is all part of their plan and their agendas. But nonetheless, I just want to get into a video. Both videos is very edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Of course, coming from the the elder ICR out of GMS Charlotte, or whatever the case. But it's very, a lot of details and basically to the nitty gritty on what's about to come down the pipe, aka Jacob's trouble. Things that we've been preaching and prophesying, throughout generations. Ultimately, in this time, when the elders and apostles first revealed themselves on the scene, mainly via the YouTube in 2007, going back all the way to One West and further on. And too many cars around here. The precept is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 4. And I will hand, and this is NLT, and I will hand Egypt over to a hard, cruel master. A fierce king will rule them, says the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah of heaven's armies. Salakia, and that's going into basically how the Lord set up a cruel king, a cruel Lord to rule in the midst of spiritually called Egypt, Salakia, Egypt and Sodom. All right, pursuing the Revelation, the 11th chapter and verse 8. Just foreign shit, but anyway, nonetheless. All right, the times is coming for Jacob's trouble to happen and all hell to break loose through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, whether you people believe it or not. And Donald DJ Trump, by the way of his unrighteous decrees, is coming down upon all people, mainly you tribes, you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole, Indian descent, so-called Haitians and Jamaicans, the ones that are the true chosen people of the Lord, and the ones that this message is broadcasting to. Ultimately, the elect will receive this message and will be partakers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah salvation, but have to endure unto the end. All right, and as I was watching the videos, a lot of information is out. You got different news articles telling you what's going on in the world. Lord will I get the article in a few that I have. But dealing with Elder ICR's video, crash out season, which, hey, I find that funny because you got people literally crashing out due to the simple fact they're not making enough money to make ends meet. They're not trusting the government. They're not liking the new rules and regulations of, politics that's going on in the planet Earth. But nonetheless, hey, they're not in control. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is the Heavenly Father through his only begotten Son. All right, and now they're crashing out. All right, the love of many shall wax cold, which we're seeing right now. Friends are going to turn into enemies. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 on down. You can read 22 and on down to 24. How it talks about the Lord. Matter of fact, let's get it. But it's the times that we're entering into. And all this is going to play out in the times of Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, the MOTB, all those things. It's going to lead to the ultimate destruction upon Babylon the Great, which is going to happen by the way of nuclear fire. It's a lot. I'm doing a little walking and the damn heat. Get 2nd Ezra. It says the signs of the end. 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. Planted fields will suddenly become bare and full barns will suddenly become empty. Dealing with the storehouses, as they say in the KJV, and your local grocery stores, all right, your Whole Foods, supply stores, warehouse stores, whatever, all types of necessities and resources is going to be very limited and very slim to receive those goods. All right. Ultimately, the Lord is going to do that for the time of great famine, death, and confusion, because people are not going to know what to do in that day, other than the men and the servants, the men, women, and servants of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. But the rest of the 2/3 are going to be asked out, and ultimately they're going to depend on the government once again to receive that MARK. And that's going to be the judgment unto death. All right. Fire and brimstone pursuing the Revelation 14, verse 9 and 10. That's why we always urge people and always give that stern warning. Do not take that device. Do not believe and trust in Babylon the Great. All right. The time is now, man. The time is now that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is about to execute judgment upon the world that he has made and has created. All right, for the elect's sake, for the nation of Israel. It said, then the trumpet will sound and sudden terror will grip the heart of everyone when they hear it. Friends will fight like enemies. It says, in the earth and his people will be terrified. Rivers will stop flowing and stand still for 3 hours. Those who survive all these things that I have predicted will be rescued when I bring to an end this world that I created. Ultimately, that's the elect that's going to make it through. It's going to survive the troubling times that's about to come upon the face of the planet Earth, aka Jacob's trouble. The hour of temptation. And Esau Edom, because he know if he had but a short time, a short moment to rule, he's coming down with that great wrath, Revelation 12 and 12. So with that being said, we have to be occupied even more unto, prophecies, and watch even unto prayer, because we want to be exempt from the troubling times that's coming. And here you hear all these devastating things that's happening upon the planet Earth, and people are being affected by it. All right, whether it be natural disasters, dealing with the Texas floods. All right, a lot of people has perished due to that. Other than that, tsunamis, earthquakes in diverse places, famines, wars. So it's nothing but catastrophic events of biblical proportion is happening in the earth. And that's ultimately because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is about to visit this world. All right, he's going to visit this world like an invader, a foreign invader. All right, like the true Independence Day. All right, independence for the Israelites. All right, independence from sin. Really actually getting true, real freedom, reparations, indignation, payback, retributions, whatever, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is about to come back and conquer the known world. All right, as we know, it's the planet Earth, and the kingdom of heaven will be on the planet Earth. Babylon the Great going to be destroyed. The land of Israel is going to be, get caught up in the crossfire too. But because that's our homeland, our original homeland, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is going to put the spirit upon the heathens to serve us, to serve Yahweh Shah, to serve King David in the kingdom of heaven. And they're going to build back up Jerusalem, Israel. All right, way better than all before, because it was prophesied. All right, it's future prophecies. Okay. But like I said, man, hey, dealing with alligator Alcatraz. All right, they plan on building more detention centers in that like manner. All right, and like I said, the Elder ICR went into a word spelled Gestapo. Matter of fact, let's go into it just for the hell of it. Gestapo. It's an acronym. Official secret police force operating from 1933 to 1945. And those are the prime years, ultimately, well, World War III. I mean, not World War III, Salakia. World War II. All right, because World War I happened between 1914 and 1918. And I believe World War III was already happening around 1933. I mean, I keep saying World War III, Salakia. Yeah, that's coming, though, But World War II was going on around the year 1933. But I know for sure the United States entered into World War II in 1939, and it ended in 1945. I believe December time it ended, during the attack of Pearl Harbor or whatever the case may be, and the atomic bomb of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. If I'm saying it correct, Salakia. Let's see what it says. Damn. Salakia, bear with me. Like I said, I'm walking in traffic. I ain't trying to get hit by no car. Shit. Hot. She could. Anyway. Okay, there you go. It says the Gestapo committed widespread atrocities during its existence. The power of the Gestapo was used to force upon political opponents, ideological dissenters, clerically and religious organizations. It's a lock it for the my pronunciation. All right. It says handicapped persons, moles, and above all, the hats. Those arrested by Gestapo were often held without judicial process and political prisoners throughout Germany, and from 1941 throughout the occupation territories under the Night and Fog Decree. All right, and basically in a nutshell, it's going into how in that time they had certain individuals working for Nazi Germany to target, the citizens. Ultimately, in a nutshell, man. All right, to break it down in a simpler effect, just like how ICE is doing right now. Because right now it's aiming for so-called immigrants, people of criminal histories. But as of lately, it's a lot of people being going to concentration camps without, the due process. All right, the proper protocol, basically throwing out the constitutional rights out of the window, because this is a NWO that Esau Edom is trying to implement in America. Total tyranny and totality of technology, merging humans with machines. That is the ultimate agenda of Esau Edom, the so-called Caucasian white race. They are not God's people. They are not the chosen. They are not godly people. They are godless people. To the highest anarchy of them, the highest, top individual, to the lowest average Joe Edomites that we live amongst in Babylon the Great. And I really truly hate that people say, we white people are not bad. In my eyes, all of them are guilty until proven otherwise. All right. And at the end of the day, as the scriptures say, Sirach 12:10 on down, never trust thy enemy. All right. As rust always comes and goes, so is his wickedness. Roughly paraphrasing. All right. All right. Second, Sirach. Sirach 12:10, never trust an enemy. His wickedness is as destructive as rust. Watch out and be on guard against him. Even if he acts ever so humble, he is like a metal mirror that rusts away if you don't keep it polished. Seat an enemy at your right hand, and the next thing you know, he'll be trying to get your own place of honor. Put him next to you and he will overthrow you. Then you will realize the truth of my words and be stung with regret when you remember them. Ultimately, when this devil ultimately put you in a conundrum, put you in a cahoots, and you fall by the hands of this devil, by the traps and the snares, by his devices. All right, whether you submit to the MOTB, sell out. All right, for you Israelite, you false prophets out there, sell out for so-called protection or for money. fame, all right, taking the truth and maliciousness, all right, covetousness, all the evil things that you could possibly do towards the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. The Lord's going to remember that, and he's going to pay back. All right, 2/3 are going to perish on this side, and he's going to use, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. He's going to use Esau Edom to destroy our people. That's why you have Alligator Alcatraz, all right, different concentration camps and FEMA camps being built all over the world, well, all over the states, in different parts of the world, and they're forwarding this agenda. Like I said, you can look it up yourself in the news. And I want to go into this right here. It says ICE detains 6-year-old leukemia patient and his family, even though they follow every immigration law, lawyer says. It says a Honduran mother and her 2 young children, including a 6-year-old leukemia patient, attend an immigration court hearing in Los Angeles May 29th, expected to make their case for asylum in the United States or in the U.S. Instead, like hundreds of other migrants who have attended hearing only to have their cases swiftly dismissed, federal agents arrest the family and place them in removal proceeding. The woman and her 2 children were sent to an immigration detention center in rural Texas, roughly 1,300 miles from home. After more than a month in detention, the family was released July 2nd following the lawsuit against Donald Trump administration in what is believed to be the first legal charge against the arrest of children during controversial operations inside courthouses. The woman and her children are identified only by their initials in court documents. In detention, the children cried every night, according to the family's attorney. The woman's 6-year-old son also experienced bruising and bone pain, both symptoms of leukemia, and missed an appointment related to his cancer treatment his sister barely ate. All right, and that's what these devils are doing, having that great wrath, Revelation 12:12, man. That great wrath, because he know if he have a short time and a short moment to prosper, to live it up in his kingdom, all right, in his empire. But yeah, man. I either do another lesson dealing with this topic, or you can read it for yourself. All right, the Elder ICR, 2 great videos that he did. The cruel king is waging war and ready to come after everybody. Crash out season. American people are in pitiful case. The economy is through. All right, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is about to bring all this into tuition so Jacob's trouble can ultimately happen. The MOTB is going to be mandated and forced upon the people. And after that, after the Lord put the spirit upon people to receive that mark, then the annihilation is going to happen. And spontaneously, as the annihilation is happening, salvation is being occurred also. All right. So it's a lot of exciting and terrible times in Babylon the Great. Salaki.
All right, Shalom.
Let's go there. This 2nd Ezra 15:15. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nation will arm themselves and fight against other nations. There will be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. There will no longer be free access to the cities, because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. That's what's going to ultimately happen. The society is going to collapse. There's going to be likened unto the purge, but 10 times worse, because it's going to be a reality check for everybody. It ain't going to be too much more talking shit, saying your 2 cents about the Hebrew Israelites, talking shit against the Lord's prophets, talking shit against Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Ain't gonna be no more of that shit. You know, that's when it's gonna be a killing time. It's gonna be death season. All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. And the only way you're gonna be exempt if you're of that humble, fearful elect. All right, which we're praying to be. It says, driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. All right, because for the lack of bread, for tribulation, people are going to turn on each other that was once friends and family members are going to turn on each other like natural born enemies. All right, because the times that's coming is death and destruction. Evil times, bad times is only coming to Babylon the Great. This place is not going to get healed. All right, it's not going to return back to its glorious state. It's only going downhill from this point forth. Go to Ezekiel 9 right quick. Ezekiel 9 and 5. And I heard the power say to the other men, follow him through the city and kill, spare no one, have mercy on no one, kill the old men, young women, mothers and children. But don't touch anyone who has the mark on his forehead of Thawab or Thawab. All right, the mark from exemption. All right. The elect. It says, start here at my temple. So they began with the leaders who were standing there at the temple. Hey, on 1 Peter 4 and 17. Judgment must begin at the house of God. All right. So that's what's coming. Straight death, slaughter. You women are not going to be exempt. The children are not going to be exempt. That's why ultimately, when these kids receive harsh judgments, we can't do nothing. All right, we can't say nothing. We can't, the scriptures say, pray not and cry not for these people. All right, because the Lord is in control of all these things. The Lord is doing all this, man. All right. And we is about Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai's business. And if the Lord, just like on this side, if we see that the Lord is going to take some of our loved ones and our family members out in order for us to keep moving, we got to keep moving. That's just as they teach us this shit, it's a dog eat dog world. If you're not chosen, you're not chosen. That's a scary part. All right, even us being in this circumcision, being in this truth, we may not endure to the end, but we're putting our hope and faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai to put the spirit on us to endure, to keep fighting. Keep striving into the truth, even unto death. If it means death, because that's what's coming. Lots of death, pains and sufferings. But we prepare ourselves spiritually, man, mentally. All right? Prepare to take that L. This is Ezekiel 7 and 3. Israel, the end has come. You will feel my anger because I am judging you for what you have done. I will repay you back for all your disgusting conduct. I will not spare you or show you any mercy. I am going to punish you for the disgusting things you have done, so that you would know that I am the Lord Yahweh. This is the sovereign Lord Yahweh is saying, one disaster after another is coming on you. It's all over. This is the end. You are finished. The end is coming for you, people who live in the land. The time is near when there will be no more celebrations at the mountain, shrines, only confusions. Verse 8, very soon now you will feel all the force of my anger. I am judging you for what you have done. I will repay you back for all your disgusting conduct. I will not spare you or show you any mercy. I am going to punish you for the disgusting things you have done, so that you will know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and that I am the one who punishes you. All right, the Lord is doing all this. Even though this happened in prior history, hey, there's no new thing underneath the sun. It's going to happen again. Jacob's trouble. Read Proverbs, the first chapter, verse 29 on down to like, I believe, 20 on down to like 29. A little bit further, letting you know, for the ones that did not hearken to the words, did not hearken to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, they're going to get caught off guard and destroyed in their own devices, in their own conceit, all right, their own folly, vain glory, vain opinions, all right? That's why at the end of the day, we really, niggas got shit to say, keep that shit moving, man. Make your own platform, talk shit until Yahweh Shem Yahushua kills you, all right? That's how I really, truly feel. Don't be talking all that shit, because now for some people, now there's life, you know, trying to talk against the Hebrew Israelites. Now it's life now. But not knowing and not understanding, nigga, you choosing death. You bringing on a faster death sentence than you was intended to, intended to have, speeding up your death row. But the same must know it after death by pains. Great miseries is coming in the latter end that walk in pride, man. 2nd Ezra chapter 8 and 50. Verse 10. The day of disaster is coming. Violence is flourishing. Pride is at its height. Violence produces more wickedness. Nothing of theirs will remain. Nothing of their wealth, their splendor, or their glory. All right, the time is up. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to judge this place and judge Israel for the dumb shit that they've been on. All right, but now we coming in that time. Our people, they're going to be destroyed, but they're still going to receive salvation due to the simple fact they're Israelites. Verse 12, the time is coming, the day is near when buying and selling will have no more meaning, because the Most High's punishment will fall on everyone alike. It says no merchants will no longer live enough to get back what they have lost, because the Most High anger is on everyone. Those who are evil cannot survive. The trumpet blows and everyone gets ready. That's Amos 3 and verse 6. All right, and also read down to verse 7, that the Lord revealed his secrets unto the servants, the prophets. But no one goes off to war, for the Most High anger, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, will fall on everyone alike. All right, all that do wickedly, all the ones that the Lord do not want to enter unto salvation. All right, the 2/3 of Israel and the rest of the nations, the heathen nations, they asked out automatically if they be, over here in Babylon and Great America. All right, they're not going to be delivered. They're going to be destroyed. And once they wake up in the reincarnated life, they're going to be servants. They're going to be slaves, man. So with that, I'm going to close out, give all praises unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakak Wadash. Hope it was edifying through the Spirit. And power Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Double honor to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that teach us this truth. Peace, love, and blessings to the elect scattered around the four corners of the earth, mainly in Babylon the Great. All right, till next time, shalom, shalom.